Oh yeah, baby. We got the banter. We got the banter. I don't know. I mean, it's so weird. I got this knife, but I saw this at SHOT Show 2020, and I was at the Wee Knife booth. I was trying to steal it off the table, and Joe Chan caught me, and nah, just kidding you. But I told him, yes, I want this. And then here comes Ben Petersen, who designed this knife, right? Used to be with Blade HQ, but he was there. I got to talk to him briefly. And this is a really interesting knife. It's small. And generally, I don't chase small knives, but I really like the less is more design, don't you? I think this is getting a good reception because it's, well, first of all, it's not very expensive. It's like $108, and get it on White Mountain, get 10% off, so it's under $100, and it's got CPMS 35 VN steel, and it's a liner lock, and it's blue. That's all you need to know. Oh, you can get this in black as well. But I saw it in blue, and that's where I wanted to go. Deep carry pocket clip with flat screws. Hallelujah. Yes, there is a God. We know that now because of this right here. And no, it's not left hand. Sorry, lefties. Wow. Nah, they didn't do that. But look at this blade. It just comes down to hit you. But it don't cut you because it's not that heavy. And it drops. I mean, there's a lot of small knives. Their blade is so lightweight that it won't drop well. But this pivot really is nice and smooth, and it just lets it drop down like that. There's really, I mean, I've had a lot of small knives, and they don't necessarily just drop this nicely. The bigger knives, heavier blades, yes, but not these lightweight ones. So this is a small knife. Where's my pair of 3? You know, this is a 3 and a 7. Okay, 3-inch blade, 7 inches overall. This is smaller than that. Okay, and let me just throw the tape on it so we can get rid of that issue. So it's 2.85 inch blade at maybe 73, 74 millimeters, 6.5 inches overall length at 16.5 centimeters at best. And then what do we got here? Blade stock. 0.09, 2.4 millimeters. That ain't much. 11.5 millimeters at 0.45 inches. And are we? Yeah, we're at 0. Pretty thin blade stock. Let me grab a piece of paper. Will it cut something? Yeah, I think Wee Knives really makes a good knife. I mean, I don't think that. I know that. So, when Wee Knives makes a knife, I'm good. I'm good. All is good in the world. Ambidextrous thumb studs. Nice. I'll bet that's a number 8 right there, too. I don't know about them, but this is a number 8. Maybe that is, too. Let's check it real quick. This might be number 6s. Yeah, they've still stayed with the number 6s on the pocket clip, but the other body screws and the pivot are number 8s. And we'll take this one apart, kind of take a look-see inside. But isn't that nice? And you get it in a box. And that's what it says right there. Stainless steel liner, stonewash CPMS 35 VN. This is the 2004A. And let's open it from this end. I only break open one end of the box because I don't need both ends broke open. And it comes in a pouch. And you get all kinds of good stuff. How about that? I wonder how this cuts. Hold on. Okay, never mind. And you get stickers. You get paperwork. Microfiber cloth. A new Mustang GT. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. Yeah. Kidding about the Mustang, yeah, not really. But that's nice. Not bad. But the big thing is, how much does it weigh, dude? Get to it. 2.84, bug out beater, question mark. Well, not as big as a bug out, that's for sure, but nice lightweight carry. Oh, by the way, grams, 80 grams. And how easy is it to disengage the liner? Well, you got jimping on there. It's not a big differential in height, but it's just enough. Some knives come way too differential here. I mean, height, this is way cut away, this is really exposed, almost too much, you know? But this is a happy medium. This is where it doesn't really interfere with the design flow of the knife, but it's adequate to give you ease of being able to disengage that lock bar. And can you middle finger flick it open? Yeah, because it's just smooth, isn't it? A real fine type stone wash on here, isn't it? Almost looks bead blast to me, but they say stone wash on the package, so we'll have to go with that. The design flow is fine. You know, I was looking at this kind of laughing to myself going, how difficult would it be to come up with this design? I don't know, just where, you know, draw a rectangular box and then, you know, just cut this down enough to have the blade show, and there's not a lot of detail in this thing. But, you know, I'm not a knife designer, so if I sat down to do something, I'd probably mess it up. You've got a lanyard hole here, but, I mean, you don't have a backspacer. I don't know. I think it'd be nice to have a backspacer. A blue one, you know, same color. I don't know. It just gives it a little bit more of a finished look. I mean, look at the Civivi Mini Bull Mastiff, and they put that there. I like that. I do. And then so they can tube the lanyard hole through the backspacer. Now, how'd they do the pocket clip? Well, they made it left and right hand on this, but they sat it up on top of the scales. They didn't machine it into the scale. This is the way it should be. Flat screws machined into the scale. That way it's seamless with your pocket. And this one slides right in and out of the pocket. So take a look at these two. Yeah. Different colors of G10. Isn't it interesting? Ergos. Well, here we go. You know, it's not a long handle, but it's so neutral, and you can get right up to here and right back to here. So where are we? We're doing backup on this back corner kind of, but we're okay. We're okay. Yeah. Reverse grip, kind of ridiculous, but yeah, it does work. And the whole knife itself, just gone, just disappears in your hand. Might be a good little backup carry, or a primary carry for if you've got, you know, summer type clothes on and you don't want some 6 or 7 ounce knife woggling around in your pocket. So yeah, this really presents a lot of options to you. It's interesting. Maybe actually interesting if they made this in a larger size. Do you think? I don't know. I could see that. But when I see a knife like this, doesn't it bring Ray Laconico to mind? To a bit. You know, I mean, he does a lot of very less is more, very simple designs, but they're attractive because they're so simple. And this is a very simple design, but I think it's something that a lot of people just really find ease of use, ease of carry, sensible blade shape, just a lot of different things that really all come together to make a nice little knife. You know, fit and finish is good, but WE knives, if anybody's going to do good fit and finish, it's going to be WE knives, okay? They knock the edge off even on the insides of these scales. correct? They look at all the little fit and finish details, and they do an excellent job. Blade is centered, no blade play, no lock rock, and it's 35% lockup. That's a solid lockup on there. There's my balance point on the knife. That's good. Let's take her apart. Okay, kick it. There we go. See, this will hold steady on the front because it's got a notch on that front pivot here that holds this steady and it won't move. And so you can take this screw out. And it came out the front. Now, let's see what these body screws are. Okay. They'll probably knock right out of there. Well, they've let go regardless. Still holding on for dear life. There you go. A little bit of reinforcement through that lanyard area and also where the screws go through. Okay, that's interesting. Reinforcement around the pivot as well without having to put, you know, a metal liner all the way through. They just picked the places where it needed reinforcement, probably to reduce the weight. And then we've got our ceramic bearings with our pivot, but it's a round pivot. And what I was trying to show is that on the presentation side, you have this little machined area right there. And so it mates up with the underside of this. There's the notch right there. You can see. So it mates up with this and keeps it from turning. Although what I did is I ended up unscrewing this and this fell out the front. Oh well. Otherwise, it's really clean. There's your ceramic detent ball. Of course, you don't need a steel washer or anything because you got steel liners. And they look nicely like bead blasted almost. If that's a stone wash, it's a really fine stone wash. There's your standoffs. So everything's, you know, hunky-dory there. So now I got the front here with the pivot and then the back, the extra screw. So I put this back together and I'll let this sit down in the presentation side like this, where that notch is. And that's how that comes together. You can see you meet that notch and then it gets flush here. So what do we need? We need some bearings as well. Maybe a little bit of lube, just to say we did, if we can get some coming out here. Okay. And then we can put a little bit in here and put our bearings right in here. And then we got the other part, and that's it. I mean, there's our blade stop. So that's going to mate up with the other side right there and come together just like that. Here we've got the pivot screw. So we're good there. And, of course, we've got these screws that have been hanging onto that scale for some reason, but they're going to go right back in. No muss, no fuss. Yeah, centered right up. Do we have any blade play? Did we get that tightened down enough? Yeah. May got it tightened down too much. It's dropping. Yeah, it's all good. What do you think? The Banter, Ben Petersen, Knives. Yeah, I like it. I do. There's some really good knives supposed to be coming out in 2020. This was one of them. There's some others as well. Looking forward to getting my hands on the little Buster as well, or mini Buster, whatever they call it now, and some others. But here we go. We do have the Banter. Thank God. I'm going to let you go. Thanks for joining me. We love them knives, so you guys stay sharp.